betting on the entertainment industry is a bad bet every time, you know, like.
But the only people that get that bet back are rich people's kids or people that do it without a safety net.
Sure. Interesting. Yeah, I guess like that gives you, just like Bane,
And
right?
you're
Like gives
gonna
you the
fall
edge.
back on something. You will fall back.
Yeah.
If you don't, if you keep going, eventually something's gonna hit. Or you will have lived a life that was in alignment with your dream.
Yeah.
Phil Phails for you. At whatever level you were able to make it
Right.
occur.
Yeah.
And if that means, oh, I can't eat filet mignon every week, I've got to eat ramen noodles. It's like, what's really worth it for you? Is it writing it? You know, there's that person, I don't know who said this, but they're like, if you want to be a professional pianist, you don't like performing piano in front of 1,000 people. That's not what you're chasing. You like practicing piano,
Right?
Because that's what you're going to do more often than not. If you love and want to be a writer, you don't love writing a best-selling novel.
Right.
You like writing.
Yeah.
You like the nuts and bolts of this exercise and this practice, and then the rest is kind of this wild world of coincidence and luck and preparation meets opportunity and people that you know and all this other stuff that really we don't have a ton of control over.
Right.
But you got to love goofing off for you.
Yeah.
Writing jokes.
Yeah.
Saying like bringing something new to the table will definitely impact your poop jokes. You know, being present in a way that looks at the world and says, what's the next move? And is it funny? Right? Because we're all trying to discern. All of our human brains are taking in a bunch of data and saying, what's the next move for me? And you're saying, like, well, which one's kind of the funniest?
Is it funny? Yeah.
Is that move funny?
Right.
I like that.
Thanks.
That's why I want to do it. Because I think, like, just a life of more humor.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fulfilling life.
Yeah.
Find the lulls. It's so much in my life I've been looking for whatever my internal trauma, my childhood trauma, or my self-help knot, or all these other things, which intrinsically are kind of like, they're not great.
Yeah.
They're not funny.
Right.
I mean, I can make them funny.
Sure.
But, you know, your mom being mean to you or getting abused, all those things, they're not inherently funny off the bat.
Yeah.
But that's where comedy comes in.
Yeah.
That's where the alchemist comes in. Right? Turning crap into gold.
Yeah.
I like it. I got an idea for a show for this, for Phil Phails. I'll run it by you.
Okay.
Called The Writing Room.
Okay.
Where you get comedians around just like you would see, like imagine a camera in the writing room for The Simpsons or for South Park or for the Conan O'Brien show, of just comedians riffing and trying to find out what make each other laugh and just exploring humor in a round table discussion type of way.
Yeah.
I wonder what that would be like.
Do you think the camera would change the...
To observe things always changes it.
Right. I think that like you would find that it would change the way people were performing in that. Because it's
so you wouldn't get that raw...
I mean, you... To observe things changes them, right?
Absolutely.
Like
there's that scientific principle, right?
Even having someone sitting in there would change the dynamic of that a little bit, you know? Like even doing it for a live audience would change it
So you don't think you could do it?
I mean, I think that you can. I think that what you will get is not going to be like pure, right? Like in the same way that
because they've got to be able to
physics
say raw
experiment. Yeah.
I mean, that's why Joe takes away phones when people go into the mothership, right? So that people can be off the cuff and say the wild stuff.
Right.
And I imagine that writing room's got to be like that. They've got to be able to say the most grotesque, the most Anthony Jeselnik thing there is, and then also everything in between, and then, you know, separate the wheat from the chaff.
Yeah.
And find out what fits the show or whatever it is.
Well, and often if you're joking around, you will find, like, you'll say something that you don't mean because you're like, oh, this is a joke that I thought of, right? Or like you'll, I'm sure that you've had this experience, because I think most people have, where you're just like, that wasn't quite it. That wasn't, it was too, it was too much it was too much something. It was wrong
it's a
in some
diamond in the
direction.
rough.
Yeah.
But there's something there.
So having all of that recorded and like available for consumption, I think could feel kind of vulnerable for a writer being recorded.
Yeah.
While they're trying something out.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
I mean, it's up to you. I think that the product that you get will potentially be cautious in a way that, well, I think that probably the all of the people present in the room trying to write together, they'll be more deliberate in everything that they say.
Right.
So it won't actually end up being that unfiltered.
You have to get rid of that. You have to have it be unfiltered. But I think everything you're saying is true.
The only solution to that is to be like recording everything all the time, right? Which we're approaching that society on our own. And is it making any of us less anxious about how we come across? Like,
no.
Right.
Well, probably. Who knows? We're just some more anxious people in general, probably.
I think that the idea that anyone could check the tape at any time is making a lot of us like
second thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
so I've been going back through and like deleting all of my old Facebook posts from like years and years ago, from like 15 years ago. Yeah. Just every day it's one of my like chores in the morning. I like will delete.
Because people are coming and say, "Who are you?" You don't want them to see that?
Just because I don't want it there anymore. I just like it's but I'm like, oh, like these were thoughts I chose to share at the time.
Yeah.
And even this is like so cringy and so like.
You should love all that. That's a part of who you were.
Yeah, but I don't.
I got this like tone. You should love all. Anyway, that's like.
It's
not the crafted narrative you want the world to see when they come and say, "Who is Serena Thiel?"
Well, I've been doing this since before I like came back to comedy. Like I just don't want that there anymore. And it's even that level of like having something out there, I find so vulnerable. And like if it was like documentary video footage of my like entire high school years, I would be like, oh my, like how do I
that's what people have now.
Right.
Yeah.
And people, like I think that we're gonna just like really regret having all of this data to look back on and be like, am I really remembering that right? Or was I
want to remember it whatever corrupt way I do remember it and not have the real thing.
Because that's part of the story that you tell yourself about,
about who you are.
Right. And it's like, some delusions are good,
Some delusions are required to undertake something big.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
It's almost delusion until the world says like, wait a second, there's actually something there.
Well, you have to delude yourself into becoming the person that you want to be. You have to be delusional enough to act like the person that you want to become.
Yeah.
And like, you have to be delusional enough to decide that you are someone who can do a handstand to the point where you try to do a handstand until you can do it.
Until you do a handstand.
Because your rational mind knows that you don't have the ability to do that. As well it should, because you don't have the ability to do that.
But you have to step into a reality where you could, or you would never start.
Right.
I've said this or read it somewhere that to be an artist, a successful artist, is to suffer through being an imperfect version of art, to like suffer through your imperfection. Because in your mind, you know what good art is.
Right.
When you're not good.
Right.
In my mind, I've heard Led Zeppelin, and as if I was a musician, I've heard, a bunch of different albums and what I think is a perfect expression of music.
Yeah.
And then I tinker around on the piano, or I tinker around on a guitar, and I think, how do I suffer through this to become that expression?
Right.
That just comes of the mining. That's the mining.
Right.
They're mining those tunes.
Yeah. Well, and so many like great artists like describe the experience of like actually writing something as like transcendent, or like as like something divine, like flowing through you. Like it's not even, it doesn't even like come out of you.
You're channeling.
It's like it comes sort of from above, or somehow, and like it's, yeah, it doesn't even feel like it belongs to you.
It seems religious.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Almost like meditation or something. Like you're dialing in your antenna.
Yeah, like just like the frequency slips through.
So there's just like a channel of funny. And then some people are like, I'm actually going to dial it into a religious channel.
Sure.
I'm going to dial and then you get like, Course in Miracles. And then someone else is dialing it into like, I don't know, some cult.
Or yeah, like painting, or, it's like, it's yeah.
But it comes through you.
Mm-hmm.